So this is easy to miss, because, you know, you're literally at the final boss.
Oh god, did they do that thing?
But, you know, we could hypothetically walk right back out of Tarazed to come read this letter.
I'm still mad at Tales of Symphonia. I mean, also, in case anyone's forgotten, I'm still mad at this game. There is a recent history that I'm not especially happy about.
Like, I guess I understand why this comes after the boss fight, but, like, holy shit, do you think maybe you want to put that, like, literally anywhere else other than right before the final boss?
Like... Yeah, it's... I don't know. Anyway, how you doing back there? Just still there? Okay.
You know, Varys is busy fiddling with the Machina down here. He doesn't have time to go clean up a body.
Like, don't people in this kind of context normally have underlings to do that kind of stuff?
Well, he did have an underling, and then he told him that he was old and not pretty anymore, and then he went and cried in a corner.
Oh yeah. Set up a whole 20-year villain arc. I don't know if it's if I think it's a broadly good or bad thing to have it turn out to be like, hey, what if entire world-ending, like, story arcs just happened entirely as a result of one guy just being such an enormous piece of shit that the universe is existentially threatened. There's a boldness to that. It's certainly the most interesting thing to do with Varys at this point. It's like there's like we've kind of been over this. There's just nothing there with this guy.
Well, there's really nothing to do here at this point other than to make our way down Tarazed's core. It's, we could have attempted to press the button and call the elevator, but if we did, it would just spawn a bunch of enemies, and then we'd be like, oh, we have to go another way.
Yeah, sounds pretty standard for bad guy just being a dick. Just, he wants to have a showdown, but he's gonna make us take the stairs anyway, just because he can. Just out of spite. I guess they can have another 0.001% on the gotta hand it to him scale. Like, this is certainly, like, somewhat more... Like, I was gonna use an adjective to describe how this place looks, but, like, literally any adjective is an improvement on the last dungeon. Like, this has a... Just any kind of vibe, any kind of visual design. This is something.
This looks like the core of a big mechanical fortress.
This looks like anything. This looks like literally anything other than a random collection of corridors cobbled together out of maths. I'm still kind of speechless that they used that for the, like, actual final dungeon and not like a... That's the kind of thing you do in a secret bonus dungeon when you're like, no, there's nothing else, the art budget's over, but we need more gameplay. That's when you break out essentially the procedure. It's not actually procedural, even that's giving it too much credit, but you know what I mean. That kind of stuff.
Varys! It's time to pay you back for everything!
You're too late. I just finished my adjustments to the Machina. Look, aren't they wonderful? So much easier to manipulate than people.
Save your monologue for the next world. Sagi, let's finish him.
I have a feeling there's gonna be a monologue whether or not we kill him.
Simple?
This isn't the kind of JRPG to cut a guy off mid-monologue.
I'm done with thinking. Something in my heart is telling me to destroy you. That's all I need to hear. Now die, Ferris. They're waiting for you in hell!
Man, he tried. He tried to do a badass speech. It was as concise as the guy deserves. I'll give him that.
So hey, you know how, like, the game has that whole, like, continuous battle system that it literally only uses for the Colosseum and nowhere else?
I did remember that.
Guess what they've suddenly remembered exists?
Hey. I mean, that's like, good. I kinda like that kind of thing in games. Not that I like massively object to when they just have a like, hey, here's the end of a fight, here's a recovery, whatever. But also you can sometimes not do that. You're allowed to have long fights. It's a good thing. Video games. It is kind of weird that they only use it there and here though. Is it gonna matter?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Well, okay.
But that will be a discussion we have when we get to Phase 3.
I mean, I'm sure, but like, you know, this is it. BKO Redemption Arc. I'm getting my hopes up.
You absolutely are getting your hopes up. Anyway, Phase 1 and 2 of the Varus fight are just this. It's a pair of these snake machina things. They do an okay amount of damage. They can hit you with some assorted elemental stuff, but there's nothing that interesting going on here. It's purely to wear you down because, you know, like I said, this is the first time that they've actually bothered to use the extended battle thing.
We're literally just... They literally just ran forward further into the screen. Sure, okay. Very, very Final Fantasy X energy. Which, now I think about it, also was a game that had this kind of thing going, right? There was a battle system and, like, there were some battles where you'd be walking through this whole production and you just kind of seamlessly go from one bit in a fight to another bit in a fight without breaking, and it was really cool. And they did it a lot in the intro, and just... it never really came to much. Just a thing that I remembered while watching this. Okay, so there's more of them.
So there's several things going on here. First and foremost is that there are now 4 of them instead of 2. And so, okay, so here's the thing. Varus is very weak. He only has like maybe 5,000 HP tops. The catch is that he is completely invincible as long as any of the 4 Machina are alive.
So yeah, you really do just have to go through everything. And now they got double plus damage output.
Yep. And then there's 2 other fun bits that go along with this. One is that I'm sure you can guess is that if one of them is dead and Varys' turn comes up, he will revive it.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, I should have seen that coming.
And yes, there is a combo move. It's great. We're gonna see it soon.
Does it, like, get massively worse the more of the things are alive at the time?
Yup, it sure does.
How did I know that? It's like I'm inside the brains of the game design team.
What the fuck was that thing called? A Machina Anguis?
That was the vibe that I got from the thing.
This is bound to hurt.
Well, that looked like fun.
The one good thing, I will say, is that when they do that, it immediately takes the turn of all of them. Like, including Varys, if he's up.
So, if you live, you get to respond.
It's not nothing.
I mean, that's, like,
Bound to hurt.
good. That's game design.
Phoenix,
That's using an element of the system to have something that's, like, both presents a big threat and gives you a big opportunity. You always want to couple threats with opportunities. That's how you get video games. Is it, like, such that it's particularly likely that if you get all of them, that you only have a really impractically short amount of time to harm Varys, or does he just give up on reviving them?
He tends to give up on reviving them, or if he does, he'll revive them, like, once. And frankly, at that point, if you focus fire on it at all, you'll kill it before he gets to do anything else stupid anyway.
Oh, for God!
Anyway, I see what they were going for with the Anguish name, but it's kind of a bit...
this is bound to hurt.
I don't know.
Yeah.
He had to call it something. At least I assume that's the wordplay they were going for.
It's not over yet.
Snake!
Machina are still functional. I won't die that easily.
Like I said, I have full faith in his ability to deliver an entire monologue in that exact tone and cadence.
Yes! Oh, yes! Now! Devour them! What? Oh, what's happening?
Cool. Well, that's the end of that, I guess.
He had that coming.
Is it over now?
That's right. It's over. Come on, let's head back. Everyone will want to hear the news.
Man, even if I hadn't seen the amount of video remaining, I wouldn't believe this.
Well, you definitely wouldn't believe it when it gives you 13,000 experience.
I mean, that too. But at that point, I feel like it's already an unbelieved deal.
Wait, Sagi. Something tells me we're not finished here.
See, I'm not the only one.
The scent of human hearts. Power. Hearts brimming with it. What comfort malice and vengeance bring.
I mean, it's fair. That guy was
Mayhap
so nonsensically evil
of wandering.
that there kind of has to be a literal evil entity behind it.
Wiseman!
He's getting up!
He must be devouring Varys' heart.
Well, sure. Whatever, I guess it's time for the art team to design one last battle area. In the grand tradition of the GameCube.
Your hearts are as twisted as the next. A foolish boy who shares his heart with a deficient god. A pair of wretches who bound their hearts to a murderous weapon. A sad girl, hardly human, who owes her existence to Machina. All shall be one with us!
So, like, were you just doing a whole plan? Was this the deal where you just, like, yeah, I'm super dead, so I'm going to haunt one guy and make him pointlessly evil for no real reason in the hopes that this will accomplish something?
If you have a better explanation for how we got here, I am all ears.
Like, is it... Am I recalling right that it wasn't even required that we, like, go back and deal with him in the past? Like, that was a side quest, right?
Correct, it was not. If you were so inclined, this could be literally the only time you ever actually see Wiseman, other than, like, that one little story beat where he politely asks you to leave his house.
Cool.
You know, which is a great sign when you're talking about him being your final villain.
Yeah, like, was something cut? Is there cut content? Is that what happened?
I don't know, but I can only assume that there must be, because, like, it feels like there's an entire second half of this game missing.
Yeah. It does kind of go places for a bit, and then it's just like, hey, we're at the ending now.
Kilo! Ah!
Now you can be joined with us.
Oh boy, we're gonna have to give him another pep talk, aren't we?
Damn it.
I mean, we are, but it's not going to be us doing the pep talk.
If I don't get up, he'll kill us.
Can you stand? Sagi.
Seth.
Listen to me. Don't let his heart seduce you. Believe in your own heart.
Like, I don't think that was what was happening. I think that it was all violence. Nobody was being convinced of anything here.
We'll devour you with the rest.
Watch the enemy's movements. I know I taught you that much. Don't tell me you forgot.
Pieta!
So, like, I guess they were, like, with us.
Need some work too.
The whole time?
Like that,
Yeah,
you need both
yeah.
hands.
They were with
What did I
us.
tell you about
Question
holding your
mark?
sword?
Were they haunting us in the same way that Wiseman was haunting Varys? Who can say?
Going to be okay.
I'm pretty sure, like, however many
Ven.
episodes ago it was, I was like, hey, did I dream I was a moron, or am I a moron dreaming I'm a man? And, like, I meant that as a joke.
And Sagi.
But I guess it really could go both ways. Also, like, let's not talk about how the whole thing falls apart, because Sagi is also a moron.
Right.
It's morons all the way down here.
As long as you're confident, he can't touch you.
Uh-huh. And if your confidence starts to fail you, just remember whomever you love most.
Never let go of yourself. I know I have a long ways to go, but you shouldn't have any trouble.
So long.
Well, we literally just hung around in dissociated soul form for, like, literally 1,000 years, but that was it. That was our play.
We did it. We got you back on your feet, and now you can kill Wiseman for real? Question mark?
All you, man. No pressure. Fight through the pain.
Sagi, are you okay? You were talking to someone.
Yeah. Just some old friends.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing. Never mind.
I can't remember if Millie was aware of us dreaming we were a moron, or if it was just like...
It all ends here.
No, they definitely were, because they were with us for the last couple. But like none of them could see our party.
Ugh.
May my blade be
I
sharp.
forget who was hallucinating what in this game, honestly, sometimes. Anyway, I guess it's, like, inexplicably not unwinnable now.
Yeah, no, this is it. This is the actual real final battle. I know that, you know, basically everything in this entire ending sequence comes way the fuck out of nowhere, but we have in fact made it here.
Okay, sure, right, well... whatever. Didn't even really have the unwinnable boss fight vibe, it was just, like, a fight that went on for a bit, and then there was a cutscene. And, like, did we get healed?
Yes. So yeah, that's, Magnus of Life is basically Wiseman's only new trick. He still has things like cast away your carnal robes and whatnot, but... So it does, like, 10 random hits, and it inflicts a random status ailment when it does so. Like, in this case, you can see Sagi is frozen. But yeah, otherwise, it's the same as the Phase 1 fight. It's not really all that interesting.
And did the game design budget also run out?
May my blade be
Like,
sharp.
you're supposed to break something out for the final boss. Like, come on, man.
Who said you should help? There.
At least we got, like, the slightly evocative music, because, you know, there's always one department that is always doing good work.
I will say, this is a very interesting choice of final boss music.
I mean, I can see how it works.
May my blade be sharp.
It fits with the like whole space ethereal thing. It's like yeah, I see it. I don't know how I feel about the design of the man himself. It's like it's you know it's extremely safe as Sephiroth. Like, come on. Like, right down to the 6 wings and everything. It's all he's missing is the 1 wing, you know, the thing. And, like, for being Varus Wiseman, there doesn't seem to be much of Varus in the guy. Like, wasn't the whole point of this that Varus being spectacularly evil was Wiseman? So, like, what is Varus even accomplishing here? What is he bringing to the table?
The thing that he's bringing to the table is the actual flesh and blood. Yeah, the actual flesh and blood body. That's about it.
I mean, even that's highly interpretive. Like, he was being an animated corpse, and then we were in space and we're fighting this thing, and like, that just means metaphysically speaking, all bets are off.
We did it? Yeah, sure, we did it. Let's go with that.
Staff clattering on the floor in space.
We won. Somehow.
He was ready to devour us if our hearts showed even the slightest weakness. But every time it got close to that, I'd see your face, Sagi, and I kept fighting. I even thought of you, Dingbat, way back in some forsaken corner of my heart.
Oh, you did? What a coincidence. I thought of you too.
You had this demonic look on your face, and I thought, the weak and abusive need my help yet again.
Hey, Sagi, what about you? Who did you think of?
Oh, I thought about some morons.
Me?
Who was it that gave us strength in these trying times?
I thought of Mom. Every time it felt like his consciousness would take over, I'd remember Mom's wings.
I'd have picked Lolo, because that seems like the funniest possible answer.
Unfortunately, Lolo...
From before.
Well, you'll see. Hang tight after the final video, because we're gonna address the Lolo problem.
We don't have much time.
It'll be back after these messages.